Jesus Christ. But it's also extremely dangerous. Good God. Wow, we disturbed the water now. Look at that. Oh my days. Alright now. Maenofferen Slate Quarry is the largest entirely underground slate quarry in Blaenau Festiniog. It's perched 1,300 feet above sea level in the Welsh mountains of Gwynedd, Wales. Maenofferen Quarry has a rich heritage and spans over 2 centuries. Shortly after 1800, Maenofferen was first worked for slate by men from the nearby Diffwys quarry, and it formed part of the open pit workings in this area. These endeavours were not overly successful as transportation of the slate was problematic. It was not until Maenofferen Slate Quarry Company Limited formed in 1861, when the land and existing quarry was leased from the owner, Lord Rhewbach, did the quarry begin to see success. The quarry proved very successful. Its output increased from 397 tonnes in 1861 to 8,600 tonnes in 1862, the 5th largest producer in the Festiniog area. In 1897 it employed 429 people and had a production output of nearly 14,000 tonnes, with almost half of these workings underground. 2 water-driven mills were constructed on site, which contained 50 table saws and as many trimmers. In the 1890s, electricity was introduced and hydroelectric station was installed in 1918. In 1928, Maenofferen purchased the Rhewbach quarry, continuing to work it and use its associated tramway until 1953. Like all slate quarries in North Wales, they experienced a decline in demand of slate post-World War II due to the new roofing materials becoming available. By 1972, the workforce had fallen to 60 men with an annual output of just 1,200 tonnes. The quarry was purchased by the Greaves family, who owned the nearby Llechwedd quarry in 1975 with the Boyd, which also incorporated the old Voti workings. During this time they pioneered the use of wire saws in the extraction of material underground. Underground production at Maenofferen ceased during November 1999, with it the end of large-scale underground working for slate in North Wales. The quarry shut for good in 2001. Production of slate recommenced on Maenofferen site with the untopping of the underground workings to recover slate from the supporting pillars of the old chambers. Material recovered from the quarry tips was also recovered for crushing to make slate chippings. Due to the position of Maenofferen, transportation from the quarry was an ongoing issue during its operation. During the early years, the Festiniog Railway was the major transport outlet for its products, but there was no direct connection from it to the Festiniog's terminus at Diffwys. Instead, the slate was sent via the Rhewbach tramway, which ran through the quarry, incurring additional shipping costs that the rival quarries did not have to bear. In 1908, the company leased wharf space at Minford, installing turntables and sidings to allow finished slates to be transported to the standard gauge railway wagons. In 1920, the company solved its high shipping costs by building a new incline connecting its mills to the Voti and Boyd quarry and reaching an agreement to ship its products via the company's incline connected to the Festiniog Railway at Diffwys. When the Festiniog Railway ceased operation in 1946, Maenofferen leased a short length of railway track between Diffwys Station and the interchange with the LMS Railway, west of Festiniog. The Slate trains continued to run over this section until 1962 when the line closed. This meant that Maenofferen was the last Slate quarry to use any part of the Festiniog Railway's route. The number 2 incline down to the Rhewbach tramway was still operational in 1976 and was the last self-acting incline in operation. From 1962, Slate was shipped from the quarry by road, although the internal quarry tramways, including stretches of the Rhewbach tramway, continued to be used until the late 1980s. The underground areas of the quarry now lay abandoned and present a remarkable insight into how a large underground slate quarry was worked. Recent years have seen the owners of Llechwed Quarry run underground tours through some of the old works. More detailed information on the quarry can be found in the book Slate from Festiniog by J.G. Irshwood. If you search around on the web, you can sometimes find a copy of this book. It's a fascinating insight into the history of this mine and the surrounding mines in the area. Right, that's enough of my blabbering on. I hope you enjoy this series of videos. Enjoy! Hi folks, and welcome to Exploring the Forgotten. Today you find me and Adam in Maenofferen Quarry mine, and this is a remake of part 1. So in this series we're going to be exploring everything there is to do with this place, all the above workings, workshops such as this, well, electrical shops such as this, which is where the old dynamos were, which you can see in one of our other episodes, and whatever wants to see underground. So join us in what is almost 20 episodes of us documenting this place to the best of our abilities and explaining everything we've come to find out about the place. So we've filmed 20 episodes so far on this place. You need to watch them all from the beginning to the end if you really want to see what this place is all about. We explore pretty much everywhere. There's always going to be parts of this place we can't reach, but we've tried our best. And also linked in the description to the map of this place if you find it useful, if you're explorers. It's well worth a look, and the resources to find it are on the description below. So please enjoy and watch some of our other videos. We've got a lot of explores for mines, some places you recognise, some places you won't. This one is without a doubt one of the most popular mines, and we absolutely love coming here to explore it. The countless times we've been down here, we find something new every time. I don't know what else to say.
Thank you and see you later.
Yeah. I might edit some of this out. I'm not very good doing intros, folks. I'm getting better.
People want to come here and be daft. Well, it's on their heads, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, this is where we've just come. Come up the road. That's where we've just been talking, coming up there. It's a bit of a hill, folks.
I think this is footpath 406, so... But when you get to Quarry Bank, it goes up the flank of the mountain, not the incline or the road. But everyone finds it easier to go up the road, because it's more direct for a start, and you can get up it.
Yeah.
The footpath is basically full of all sorts of nasties, thistles and gorse, stuff like that to get you. But anyway, everyone wants to take the easy route, don't they? So you just go straight up.
Yeah, straight up. As we keep calling it on the...
504? I think it's 5. Yeah, they've had a good load of that. Look at that now.
Gosh, yeah, look. Taking down the quarry up there.
I can't believe I stood on the top of that over 20 years ago before I took it away. And I never took a photograph from up there.
Yeah.
There are photos online, thank goodness, some was took, which is nice to see. That wasn't just a dream. Because it's gone, it's hard to comprehend how much slate was there.
Just to bring you out, look at this here. So all that rain we've had. Look, it's just taking this out. This was all here. This was all flat. Last time we came up here.
This was here.
This was here, but it wasn't as deep as that. So you can see, folks, how much rain has been here. The rough stuff.
Yeah, chop that there to divert it over. Here's
the
exit tramway here.
Better film. Oh yes, so that goes. Oh, sorry, I can float. Pointing the microphone over there. You can see just over there. That gap. That's where the tramway is, which you'll see later on in the video. Go film a little bit more of this quickly, folks, and I'm going to put the camera away because it's getting soaked and it's not supposed to be used in the rain. But I thought it'd be really cool for you to get an idea quickly about where we are. If you can hear me above this wind. Yeah.
Tramway was right back on this pile here. It's completely been tipped over with modern day work. Yeah. But behind the concrete walls where it would have gone, there was a gantry just here. These piles of stones are. You see it in the photographs. Yeah, you'll see in the photographs at the beginning of the video, which I've already edited, but I'm going to redo because I want to put this in. Taken by our father back in the 60s and 70s. Yeah. He remembers this incline working. I've tried to get him up here, but I don't think he wants to come back. He doesn't want to see it in the way it is now, which I totally understand. So yeah, you can see there's the old Votty. Going towards Tuxford, are we? And then round up the road. Oh yes, do you want to do a bit of this? No, let's go around. We've walked down there. Sorry, we've walked down there. Keep pointing the mic out into the sky. It's been 6 or 7 months since we've done this. I know, yeah. Yeah. I would have thought that granite is now more valuable than the slate here now. And they're having a bit of a campaign to get a lot of the granite from above Diffwys, old mother quarry, which obviously will destroy any remaining structures there to do it. But I understand they've got to earn money somehow and pay for the livelihoods here. Yeah. Because once the slate industry went, so many people were unemployed and the place hit a depression. So finding any sort of source of income here, you know, I can't knock back that, but it's a shame that stuff can't be preserved a little bit more. Yeah. But if there's no money to do it, if I own a company, I can understand it, as sad as it is. It's just the way it goes. That's why we're doing what we do, because it'll be gone one day and nobody will know what was here. Yeah. Especially what the men did to create it all, and the women. They looked after them, clothed them, bathed them, fed them when they got home, brought the kids up. Wow, is that? Just change subject. Is that had a collapse down there? The entrance to the Votty looks a bit bigger. It always looked like it was going to go last time, didn't it? Yeah. You see down there, folks. The water's been going down here. Well, see that tank is over there. There's a big hole. I don't know so much. It probably was that big last time. Yeah, we just didn't. Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the entrances, folks, but we didn't say that. I'm going to have to put this camera away now, but there's incline number 2 there, going down. Smithy up here. I can't remember the name of it. So we're going to go up this road here, up to the top. Do you want to go through the Votty Tips tramway tunnel underneath and out? Is that still there? Yeah, you can walk through it. Well, I've been through it, so... Well, if we can find that, we'll have a look. You could clip it into some other videos, no doubt. Yeah. I just say the place is so vast, we couldn't just pick a small local quarry like Penarth. We've come here and just gone into this lot, and actually there's a lot I don't know about the place. You know, I know a bit, but not as much as most. And anyone wants to comment, please do. We're always out for comments, any sort of corrections. I'm happy to, read and amend. There's also a comment on the Votty one. Votty and Boyd here is a guy telling us where we were sitting down there that underground's a massive support arch holding it all up. But I think when we looked at the video footage, if you look at the video footage of where we were underground, it's all fallen in. They've all backfilled it anyway. But we're not experts. That's where I roughly think we had a big cave-in, folks, where if you've watched the Votty ones, you'll understand there's a big cave-in with like a little with an incline, some buildings in it. Really cool, amazing stuff. Great for sort of taking photographs if you're into that sort of thing. So I am going to have to put this away now. This camera's getting soaked and I don't want to ruin it. So, and your hands are cold. My hands are freezing. So we'll see you in a bit, folks. Change colour. Yeah, they're going like a nice rosy red. Pink. Yeah. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Right. Public footpath. Oh yeah. Jesus. Yeah, it's pretty recent though. What are the ones coming down here? So where's that gantry then? Was that here somewhere? Was it? Yeah. So which incline is this then? Number 2. Incline 2. Number 2. Rhewbach, number 2. Yeah. So we're back. That's the end of the day, isn't it? This is the footlight.
Wow.
So the locals have got excited with their machines and tipped all of it.
So none of this was here, was it?
It's actually protected this. It's part of the listing of the incline. But you can see the overbridge just in the mist there.
Yeah.
The Quarry Bank, which is the old manager's house. He's in the trees, he's got chimney put in it.
So we're back at Maenofferen today. As you can see, the weather compared to the last video I did, hugely different. Oh no, there's the gantry. It is there. Just can't get to it, can we?
No, that's the base of the incline here, look.
So the tracks are probably still in there, aren't they? I would have thought.
There's a crossover down there, so.
So this is the base of number 2 incline, and you can just see in the distance the gantry where they would lift the slate off the wagons onto the lorry. And this bank here was not here. All of this was not here. This is all flat. And underneath this massive mountain of slate was the workshops. And the only thing left now is some telegraph poles going nowhere. Very sad. But that looks pretty impassable, unfortunately. I'd love to go up there, like we did when we did 20-something years ago. Well, not a chance we're getting up there. This, we suspect, underneath all this is the tracks are still under there. Because last week we were at the top of the incline and the track still went down it. What a shame. But let's see how far we can get. Or are we going the wrong way? We should be the other side, really, shouldn't we? Oh, it looks like there might be some sort of path here, look. Yeah. Oh. This has all been bulldozed out, you can see the marks. So I don't know where this goes. So what's this then? Yeah. That ain't happening, is it? Just come up number 2. Number 2 incline. What I thought was the other gantry's not. It's a little bridge which is carry a water pipe. Hey?
Well, the incline's there. Look down there. That was the hydro of the gantry.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, go over that branch, you see the gantry.
Oh, let me just let's just tilt down. You could just see in there the railway line tracks. They're still in there. Zoom in, still see the train tracks just buried in there. How cool is that? That's about all we'll see of them, because it's incline goes way up there. But we've got this cool little building here, look. Look at this. This is, what was this? Some sort of quarry manager's house. Quarry Bank. You can see it there, huge slates. Oh yeah, it's a bit... oh, do you see chimney pots up there? Well, I can't. Just get a bit of this. Well, the... see if I can get a shot of the chimney. Oh, there we go. There you go. The chimney up there. Yeah. I think it's probably not a good idea going in there and stake them bloody walls.
I love the grass here. It's all gone moss.
Yeah. That's that little bridge. We're going to see if we can get across that, I suppose. So we were just down there. We just come up with this little bit of a hedgerow. This is quite interesting here, where the I reckon this was probably something to do with the hydro power station. And see some bases where the pipes, this big pipe would come across. Probably steel pipe, so I didn't want to nick it. Oh, there's a chain on that one. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Across there. Oh, one side of it's pretty bad.
Just checking out the script. You won't
Yeah, I had pretty good grip on it, but
there's a photograph of this years ago with a handle on it. We'll go into it.
It's brightening up a bit, but still pretty damn foggy.
Into the wild.
And that's the incline down there. And as you can see here, such a shame. Again, I keep saying it with railway tracks here, that's number 2. Well, the last part of the video, we're at the top looking down from the winch house, and there's that building there, which is pretty cool, hidden away in the bushes, trees growing out of it.
Hi, Jane. We're out of breath. Let's walk up the later road that's washed out. Look at that. Bit of sun there. This here, anyone doesn't know, there's buildings here. I'll just go up there now. Always been a bit of a favourite location of mine. Shoots you out of breathness. This here is the old Maenofferen cottages. I take it very early. Must have been around at the start of what they're doing here. The original farm site's not exactly known on the site where it is. However, all photographs I've looked at back over the years, gone back 180 years, this is here, it's always here. So, you know, take your look around. If anyone doesn't know, the only Slate wagon remaining here is this one. I remember there were some wheels for this around here many years ago, and both axles were stamped 202. One was found at foot the incline, another, when this was a ravine here, it was found here. So there you are, if you know what a Festiniog Slate wagon looks like, by going to the Festiniog Happy Name Railway, this is it. It could be a quarry owner's wagon, because there's no, sometimes they have FR on the axle boxes. Do remember this is plain, so it could be a quarry owner's wagon. So I'll just take you for the building, show you the really lovely little garden that's not been obliterated by modern quarrying techniques. It's obviously the gorgeous landmark chimney. Bit of stuff off the incline here. Bit of the old cast iron flat bar rail. Basically this stuff is bolted to or riveted. Was sitting here, so there's some really old stuff. Some more later bridge rail, which was quite handy in inclines because you could bend this 90 degrees easy, but you couldn't bend it sideways. Well, you could. If you want to see a good example of that, go to the area Chorus. There's fantastic rail there. It really impresses me how they bent them. So we'll look back behind us. So a bit of sky, sorry, excuse the sky. So there's chimney and doorways, this building. I'll just show you over here, this garden, what left it. So, before a lot of quarrying was done around here with machinery, you used to get lovely little oases like this around every corner. And what I like about this one particularly is, the old way of getting up this to this mine, if I show you over the wall, you can see the original footpath with the cable handrail on it. So if you can see that, and just in the foreground over there, you've got Quarry Bank, which is the original Oakley Quarry's house, and the chimney looks like it's about to fall, but it's been like that for years now. It's still miraculously standing. Quite like that chimney, because on top of the pots, there's a piece of triangled slate sat on there. Quite cool. So anyway, that's the foot of number 2 Rhewbach, and this wall with its jagged slate sections in it, just to stop sheep jumping over if you want to know why they're on there. So we'll have a look. So that chair I just saw you, piece of what's known as the old T-rail there, just standing up. I'll just climb over and show you that. That's quite interesting because the early railways in the area were made of this stuff. If you look down the top of it like this, see the section. So this piece will go in the chair and then put the chock in there. That's the running surface. So that's very old. So there you are. View back down to Blaenau. Over towards Llechwedd and Oakleys, Hollands. And you got to come off in and Riskin on the corner there. And obviously behind me there, that's the old Fotty, and above the skyline over there you've got the might just see those things sticking up. That's Diffus. So I'll bring you back round. But yeah, I did come down here a while back. I actually slipped on my arse and hurt myself because obviously, like most things, if people don't walk there, everything's quite loose. So it's quite... So I'm going to stand on the original path. So, the original footpath, was it 402, 104, 102? It's on the sign on the gate down there. This is the one the quarryman took. So we've got the handrail here behind me. Which, as you see, it's fantastic. Although they built this, I've actually put a bolt straight through the old incline. Well, actually, that's a saddle clip, sorry. That's how they've put that in, and obviously into a piece of granite. So you can kind of get the idea, because there's not much leaves on the tree, and kind of see how it all was. But down there, still with all the rails and rollers intact on it, in the undergrowth, there's the last working incline this Welsh Slate tree. Now this wall's obviously give in. So the second track's obviously under here, that's the furthest track you can see. I walked up this in 1993 with my father, and ever since that day, I realised I had to come back here. So it took me till 1999 to get back here. I remember the place was a mothball, as you see in my 2002 video. A little while later, a lot of changed in 4 years. I wish I had the camera earlier, but we can all say that, can't we? There's a lot to see and do, and the place is still shut up, but if you knew where to go, you could just open the door. You know, it wasn't locked, they were just wedged with things, because you didn't think things like internet back then, so it was word of mouth if you knew these places, or you did a lot of research like me, or your father introduced you to these places. So that is how I becoming to know about Maenofferen. Plus the fact he had a they're working the tip over there. Seems to be more money in waste slate these days than the actual product from underground. So I was saying, that's how I come to be in Blaenau. Was my father had a house. He bought with some shares he had in Avery's, the money. Probably the best thing he did with the £7,000 he had in 1970. And one day we'll interview him, he can tell us all about that. But right now I'm going to get back to where I'm going, because I don't want to go off topic too much and bore you. So I'll see you in a bit. She's looking good. How's that for a stunning sky? You can see the loader in the foreground. He's doing a bit... Actually, it's like he's loading blocks for a wall. As you just see my finger, excuse me, it's going to be massive on the screen. That pile is obviously going for dry stone wall and all. Something of in Snowdonia. If you want to know what happened to all the buildings down there, they stripped the slate off them when they finished with them, saved paying building rates on them. And of course, it may not be true, but I think it was valuable commodities we got rid of. And then they were from 70s to 80s. This area down here was cleared. A lot of the stonework was taken away for a lot of building work around Snowdonia, known as mill ends. Mill ends is where when they sawed the block, e.g. anything of quite sizable size, you get some good slates out of, or if you're using it for slab making. The offcuts from the other side of the saw when it cut through the block, that's known as mill ends. A lot of the buildings were built out of that later on. As quarries got more advanced and the saw technique came in, you had abundance of quite square edge building material. Now, if you know much about slate, it has a nice flat cleavage, so it's already a flat square stone. So when you put an edge to it, it becomes the ultimate building material. So when you see the slate landscape in Snowdonia, you'll find that mostly impressive structures, they aren't bricks and mortar, they're all slate bound together by normally their own weight and the way they've been fitted together, or they've been put together with a lot of lime mortar at the time. But that costs money, so that's why you see a lot of dry stone walls, including this old Tips tramway bridge for 40 in the foreground here. There is no mortar in that at all. And that used to be quite a grand curved embankment either side of this years ago. But fortunately they brought this road in, it's obliterated that. But I don't know if you know this, but the other side there's a bit of a tip. A big finger's coming in again. There's actually a tunnel under the incline there. And it comes out, big finger again, the back of that hill there. That was the reason why this first tip area here where the machine is existed. And when they exhausted that because they reached around the land boundary, Maenofferen then bought the tip. And then they tipped on top afterwards. Of course, that was obviously eventually abandoned at 76, 77. Because where the road comes in now, up here, behind the winding house, where you can see it's all been pushed over, there's the winder. That actually still had all the rails on it. And everything's just been pushed over and buried, including the run round, the beautiful run round loop that was here, and there's so many synonymous photographs and video footage, city films been shot here over the years. And Gordon Heatherhill's fantastic photos. That's where the railway, or Rhewbach tramway it's known, ran round the flank of the mountain here. There's a beautiful shot there of, it's in a book called Slate, and it's quarries of that on the front cover. And now you've just got the power of war to do its destruction with man and machine. The size of these, they're massive. And this all happened in one night. So what I'm going to do, before Mark gets here, I'm actually going to go up and see if I can see where the source of this came from, which part of the leak burst its bank. So I'm going to walk up here now and I'll do a few videos on the way up. All right. So you can see quite sizable. These are quite big rocks. So I've just come from. You can see the scale of destruction. No view. I'll see at the top. I'm actually standing on Hut Hayfeck, and there's about a 5-ton slab. Can't get the scale of it because I'm quite big that close. But look at that. That's a big lump of granite. Granite, right. The new most wealthy commodity up here, not slate granite. So up here, where the upper workings are, they put planning to remove quite a significant amount of that. Locals have opposed it because if anyone local knows, or those that don't, this is known as Hen of the Quarry, which is all of the Quarry. I can't remember the full Welsh pronunciation for it, but she's held in high regard locally because Old Holland's where it started over Oakley's. This is where the proper mechanisation in the slate industry actually began. So water wheels and the rail systems proper developed there. And here I'm at the top here now. You can see, just switch around. This is the new road. So yes, that little embankment there was the mill blocks. See, it got square ends now. I'll zoom in for you. Square ends. So that is mill waste off the saws. That was the site of a telegraph pole. Now, the others there. Now, if you look at that one, you might recognise that double pole there. My brother might remember he put a picture in there. Around here, James, of a view looking from that way towards me, or this way back. It's a fantastic picture taken by Gordon Heatherhill. So, yeah, there's your modern road. Zoom out a bit, it's a bit quick for you. And then in the distance there, there's old number 2, Rhewbach Incline. The last one in use in the British Isles, although I know the world, to lower fully loaded slate wagons down the mountain until, of course, the road was built over at Slate there. Big finger again, that road, and then eventually they built a road up here. As you can see in the foreground, it's taken many different guises over the years. Why they kept changing it, I don't know. Whether they're looking for workable slate to crush or sell, I don't know. But quite a bit of mill ends at the top here. So I'll just leave that view of the Tenegriside power station. Absolutely stunning. I'll get back to you in a minute. So we just lost the sun. Quite interesting in the foreground over there is the old locomotive for the tips. With the window just a little, and then the wall just below there you can just see in the shadows, and this is where the sidings were for number 3 Rhewbach, or 1, we can't remember right now which order. And then this is where the tramway came through here, and then obviously now we've got this. Unfortunately, the new road comes to the site here, so I'm going to just get a bit of height and I'll show you from up there what I'm on about. Okay, so here we are. As you can see in the distance, I'll zoom in for you. That's the top tip. That's all Maenofferen slate, and it's been obviously worked away in the last 20 years. Over there in the distance, fat finger, that's Oakley. It's that active quarry. and access to the site is actually not allowed. So, plus the entrances to get into the place are very hard to find now. There's a lot of open topping. So anyway, our tramway ran along here. I'll see where the road is now, behind the winder, across here, and then took a turn here, where the company actually quarried through a bluff here. It's been a fresh fall of lack of years, that's why it looks lighter. Went through the tunnel, came out the other side on that higher level. That's that run up to the mill. Those that know, there's an iron bridge just out of shop. And that's David Jones or 2.5 Quarry in the distance. That's the last place we were working up here, open topping. So yeah, was the Rhewbach tramway. So over here, as everyone will know, there's the listed mills. Where I come from in the Dee Valley, they call them sheds, but here they're called mills. Obviously got the powerhouse with the drop in the gable and the distance there to the left, and beside that, the roofless now, is the machine shop, foundry, and a blacksmith shop and woodworking shop in the middle. It's on the skyline up there, as mentioned before. That little pinnacle with the edge of the mountain top sort of stops. There's like a little U, goes on then. That's the area they want to work for granite. So that, have their way, the company they'll work all that away there at the top of the picture. I don't go too tall because it's quite dark on my screen. They don't want the site. They're after the granite. If they take the granite away, you'll lose that quite marvellous winding house. And actually, if you know your way in, the last underground chambers of difference are accessible are up there. However, there's quite a large mine there, so the others have not yet been found a way into, or if they were, they've collapsed. But there she is on the skyline, the difference mill. How that gable end is still standing after all the weather we've had of late. Never mind the past. Look at it, that triangle piece sticking up. And then you've got the steam engine chimney there next to it. The electric winder to down to the back of the Tuxford. And the mills.
Right folks, another absolutely fantastic day in Blind Rare. So I'll probably add this footage on to part 1. Yeah, remake. We got Fotty down there. We've got Diffwis up there. So I'm getting better at these, Chung.
Yeah. Yes. Getting there.
And then you can see we're on the road. There's the old cottages, is it? There? Maenofferen cottages, which Adam would have talked to you about. Depending where I put this bit of footage, because we're mixing and matching on this episode, if you've not noticed already. So this is the road, the old road, that was put in what, the 80s, was it?
The one there, no, that's the last one.
So that's the original road there,
yeah,
that weaved around, and then they put this one in latterly. But as you can see, we had the storms in January. I mean, this was washed out there anyway, but not like this. I think I might have some footage or some video, if I remember to edit it, put it in, of the road going up there, and that not being like that. This is what the storms did. So a reservoir let go, was it, up on the mountains?
No, reservoir leaked.
Yeah.
It burst its banks because they're still taking hydropower from up there.
Yeah.
Over to the powerhouse.
Yeah.
So obviously that's overrun. It's in the old days, it used to be done by hand, didn't it?
Yeah.
Checked by people, but I don't know how it works now. But yes, it overburst its banks and caused this washout.
So if you do come up, you got to be incredibly careful. I lost my footing up there somewhere and cracked a rib, which put me out of action for a month.
It's a bit more settled now. I mean, it just happened when we were there that day.
Yeah, apparently it was still flowing quite bad. But we were told that it was at the day before, the night before it happened. So we came up in on the 1st of January and it happened then. So it was, the weather the day before was horrendous and we decided to come up on the 1st of January. But anyway, to get back into task at hand, you probably noticed that we're scrambled up here. We've come up here to show you the old Tuxford waste tip tramway. Is right, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it would have come round from the Tuxford Incline up there, from the Fotty. Around there, this is all being filled in over it, but then that's what this little bridge here is for.
And we're standing right here.
So then it would have gone round under here, And let me just get a bit more of a perspective. We're standing on a wallway here, and this is the track bed here. Then we'd have gone through here, and there's number 2 incline up there, which goes up to the mill level at Maenofferen. But we're going to show you something here, which we've been meaning to film for quite a while. We just keep forgetting, and being that we're in March now, and the vegetation is a little bit more manageable. We're going to have a look, see if we can see this tunnel. Adam's already done a recce to save me having to get up here to find it's not here. But
I reckon we go on the incline when we finish this, which is just right.
There we go, folks. Not many people know this is here. Well, you probably will now if you watch the videos. I'm going to leave the video here. It is, as usual, top sketch.
Nice timbering and slabs here.
Let me just get the big tour. Adam's got his tour. So yeah, the tramway would have come along here. Let's get a bit of light on the situation. Come on, light. Come on. Oh my God, oh lights. We're getting there. There we go, 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 there we go. That's it. That's what we want. So as Adam said, some timbering up there, look.
The incline number 2 is above this.
Yeah. So yes, this goes under incline number 2.
We're going to give in and dropped in here, look.
Oh, Christ, yeah.
This is a way over here. I went over there. Do you want to go through?
Yeah.
Take the old in and go to the other side. And I'll get to there.
So yeah, this is Adam's not wearing wellies again, folks. Yeah, needs to get some. So yeah, looks it's not the best of conditions.
It's all right. Just don't touch it.
Just don't touch it.
It's a bit interested, but red.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely perched because of yes.
Oh gosh. Jeez.
They're certainly big enough, aren't they?
Rotten. How long do you reckon they've been there?
Well, whatever, they're probably using the incline. They were maintaining this, weren't they?
Yeah, we don't touch this because you look at that. It's literally just resting on there, folks. Out there, look.
It would have been packed up to roof height. That's why I saw on the floor. Look, so this is collapsed around it.
Yeah.
A square bar there. It's gone to like nothing in the middle of it.
Oh, wow. But not railing or something.
Square. So,
Yeah.
on that side, the hanging death.
Gosh, yeah, look at that. So this, where did this come out then?
Ah,
We'll have a look.
the other side they work underneath it. If we go around it.
Oh, yeah, you can see daylight.
Yep.
So there's soot marks on the roof, but that would be
The engine.
back in the steam days as well, I take it.
There's not much to see until what's that one.
Yeah, still, it's interesting, isn't it?
The small spoon that's one thing like Kelso and Taffy and Kathleen used to on this line.
So when did they finish using this then?
Oh, this. I've never seen a photograph of this track on it. I'm talking 1800s. Bit of hanging death there, James. Like the one above, isn't it?
Try not to look above, folks, just look ahead. So
You go around there.
you can see the track bay went off around the corner there.
You can go down there and you can do a bit.
Can we get down there?
Yeah. We're here, aren't we?
This bit here's collapsed, doesn't it, onto this?
Probably got to climb over it. Climbing over the roof again, guys.
Right, one second, let me get rid of my rucksack. Yeah, so we just come through there. Hey? Yeah, it's pretty overgrown, but it'd be good to see about where we are, isn't it?
Probably best bet is there, climbing a bank where you are. If you come down here, you can kind of get the idea where the railway went.
Yeah, so the track bed carries on round there. And am I right in thinking the tips they're taken away at the moment?
That's the lowest half, was Fotty Slate.
Yeah.
The upper half was Maenofferen Slate. Because as I say, they run out of tipping space here. So later on they bought that tip. Maenofferen tipped on top of what Fotty put with this tramway from their workings. All many years ago. And then obviously, I think towards the end they were back filling in the mine itself and not using any of the tips because they're seldom used. I think they were taking the mill waste up on the tip. That's it.
Yeah, you can't see a thing, folks, but basically there, just down there is where they're extracting all the slate at the moment, which we've seen before. going to see if we can make a bit of a gap.
Maenofferen homestead.
Oh, so actually we're not where we thought we were, folks.
This curves round to get to the tip.
Curves round to get to the tip, so it goes under the incline. So actually down there is the
Votty.
Is the Votty. We're looking over the Votty there, if you can see.
We're looking down.
Holding the camera up as high as I can.
Hopefully it's good for you.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see the Votty incline right opposite us over there.
In amongst the trippings.
Over there. Right. Right, folks. So we've so there's the little tunnel which we've just been looked through. Literally, it's just see the brick wall of it there. Or slate. Camera, let's point at the right thing. You can see that this wall there. We're on incline number 2. You can still see the tracks here, look. 2 foot gauge. Going up. Or 1 foot 11.5 if you add them. Yeah, so we just scrambled up here, which was not fun. But we got up here. Yeah.
Quarry Bank House.
Which book's that? Which one of your books has got that crash in it where those 2 wagons are wedged between?
Slate.
Slate, the book Slate, yeah.
In the ravine just here where that beam is.
Can you see that? If I remember on edit, James, zoom in where those 2 beams are which carried a water pipe across. There's a picture of 2 slate wagons wedged between it. Obviously must have come loose off the incline and...
All we're here, all we're by here, in early 2000s, I used to walk up the road there, it comes onto the flat area, that big pile there of all the grasses, just below us, in line with us now, that's where the road used to come up from around the side here, and obviously go up here. I used to walk up there and by here, go in front of the cottages here, and onto this incline and walk up, because it was always overgrown down there. But now, as I say last, you can't get on it unless you do something stupid like we've done. Climb up here.
Yeah.
This way come straight up here and on the level. And back then I thought, bloody hell, it's getting overgrown. I look at it now and think, it's even worse.
I'm looking at it, so we've got no choice, folks. Yeah, you've got no choice. We either go back down that really sketchy, if you've been up the path, you'll know how sketchy that access is up here, or we go up the incline. We're going to go up the incline, but it also looks like it's pretty...
It's not bad.
No, you've been up that bit up there though, haven't you? So
yeah, I've been up here. That's probably
right.
15th time now.
I'm going to put this away, folks, because it's a bit dodge. Little telephone wire there. Yeah, splice. Well, here we go. Just left as if it was finished with just the other day. They still got all the tracks running down it.
Yeah, they're right the way down.
Wow.
To the top of the incline here. But...
Oh yeah, look at that expansion.
There used to be a wagon up here with a scotch on the top, 93. At some point it ended up down there. The remains of it are in that building with a chimney on it. Remember, the axles used to be at the bottom, had the number 202 on it. So yeah, I think it hit the scotch and then obviously ripped the rail forward. Because them slate wagons are damn heavy.
Well, that's the drum house there. What the hell is that sign there? So it's got... So this side's all wound up on it. Actually, the wire actually looks in quite good order, doesn't it? Considering. Look at that. Oh, here's how the coil should look. I say it looks in good order, like he's knackered. But yeah, again, the roof's gone. When the mechanism can in comparison to other ones we've seen, is in it's in good order, isn't it? Wow, look how much of that wire's on there, spooled up. So that wire must be all the way at the bottom then, that one. And then that's... And then this is what they had at the end of it. This big kind of metal clasp and a chain. And I guess now we'll just hook that to the cart and bring it up. Gravity, heavy ones go down and the light ones come up. Wow.
Battery's gone.
Oh.
Start charging to get back in the car.
And that's another power pole with a high voltage coming to the site.
And guess what? They haven't got the bearings out of this because there's cast iron on top and brass underneath. really not working while getting out, mate.
You reckon we get out this way? Oh, right.
At some point. Just fucking dig it up
So
there.
there's concrete pillars there, look, from an old workshop, do you reckon?
1920s mill, that.
Yeah. And then you've got these beautiful old sheds. So quiet up here, isn't it? You can see the roof over there coming in now.
Those trusses are colossal.
Yeah, huge. We'll see those in a minute. Big oak beams. We'll have a look outside first. Oh, there's still a lot to see out here. An old wagon axle.
Rubbish wagon or maybe a slab wagon?
Yeah.
That's the pattern wheels they have around this area. I've spoke.
Oh.
Straight as well, unlike you saw around Norwich where they're all curling.
This big concrete pillars have come down. Probably just bulldozed out of the way for some reason, eh? It's just look at the bottom of them.
Probably just got in the way.
Yeah. Crazy. An old workshop, some description then. Mad, isn't it, how it hasn't survived as the time than they have. But then this was worked, I think, into the 70s, did you say, in the 80s briefly?
93, that is.
Yeah. So, again.
93, I had a look around it.
Yeah. There's an old chimney up there. Oh, such a shame.
I remember all these had blue wooden doors on them, on sliders.
I've seen photos of that, yeah. The sad thing about this building is it's listed and got a preservation order on it, Adam was just saying before. But I mean, it doesn't matter what preservation you put on it, whoever owns this place, I'd imagine the last thing they want to do is spend a couple of £1 million making sure the roof's sound on it. This is why it's so important to sort of document these kind of things, because it isn't going to be here forever. Oh, look at that, yeah, there's all a turntable there. There you are, that's one of the blue doors. Wow.
Saws. There's a disc off one. It's got the drive pin there. Remains of teeth on it.
Bit buggered, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what they used to use, but they didn't last very long.
Good used to sharpen them by hand.
Good enough for laying up to Melbourne, huh?
I reckon, mate. You can get an idea. There's a high and a low pitch tough here.
Wow. You found that randomly over there in the junk. Oh, there you are. Look, there's a little hidden dwelling up here again.
Oh, nail hut.
Oh, stuff. Is this all stuff, this?
Nobody sees.
Nobody sees. I mean, I find this stuff interesting, the stuff that, you know. I mean, there's that, oh, that's the chimney from the whining house up there, look, isn't it? So we can get to it a little bit better down here, maybe. Yeah, because you can see we can just jump down here onto this wall and get a quick shot of the roof of the building. Cut the video here, guys. There you go, people. You can see the true condition of this place. Looking really sorry for itself. That bit where the roof's dipped in there, you'll see in one of my other parts of the video. But you can see a good idea of where the water wheel used to be. So I think it's this shed here, this section here, and that was added on. This is the older shed here. You can see photographs of the water wheel, and then this pedestal here and these ones here, all going around there. You can see them in a line. There used to be a trough, probably maybe a cast trough. Used to carry the water into the mill. And for what Adam was telling me, that the reason they ditched it for steam power is because obviously the water, when it was hot, or there wasn't enough maybe for the workload. That's a really, really old building, that is. Look at that.
He's been right in there.
Another cool view of the workshops there. We're right above all the mills. We've got some really cool old photographs of all the train tracks coming out of here. As on my Maenofferen video, you'll see. We'll look at all of this, where the tracks and stuff were for these sheds, and you can just see some train lines going into that one there. But the adit under here is now blocked. What's that?
All this stuff on the move.
Oh wow!
All that is moved. All of it.
Really?
This is the Slate vein this time. This is what the trace underground.
Wow!
In that direction.
Oh, good grief! There's a
Big drop.
big drop here, is there? Nice. So to give you an idea where we are, one of the adits that come from the workshops comes out here, but then the adit that goes to the incline, and some of you will recognise, is down there. So that's the old Wayne house, and the tunnel goes under there. So that little tunnel would have gone under here, underground, just a short distance where Matt is to the workshops over there. And that there is the main incline, the triple track incline going down. That's where the majority of the slate comes out, and they've got a sheet over the roof of the old winding house there to kind of protect it. So we didn't know this little flat area was up here. This is pretty cool. Keep saying it. We'll stop for a cup of tea and some food in a minute. We'll keep finding all these different areas to look around. There you go. That's the portal to the underworld, Matthew. See down there?
Yeah.
Down there. Big hole.
Somebody's put some sheets here or something.
Yeah, well, we actually, on this very corner here, because we came under there,
Yeah.
on that very corner there, somebody's pushed all the side of the building in, so you can get in there, but they've metalled off all the doors to stop the yobbos getting in and smashing it up, but people have found a way in.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, last time we came here, the first time we came, we couldn't, you couldn't get in there, so in the space of a week of the second time we came here, somebody pushed the corner of the building in just to get in.
Oh, yeah.
I like someone set a fire in there and all sorts. It's just dickheads. Got no respect. Oh well, looks like it's a bit of the old original cable. Look.
Yeah.
The dickheads haven't had out yet, or have they? Yeah, they've stripped it out. Look, pulled it apart of the copper. Yeah, there. Look. There's a high voltage cable that went down there, and we just didn't know where it went.
Chimney pot.
Adam's on the chimney, just anything to get the shot in it.
Absolutely. And there's one.
Oh, if he's gone and done it.
Oh, it's a train thing.
Look at that hole down there. There we go, folks. There's the incline going down there. We should be in another video.
They were doing tours down there. What now?
Pretty cool, eh, folks?
James?
Right, we're back in the
Shed of
main
Dread.
Shed of Dread, and it's lunchtime.
Yeah, bud.
Tea time!
No, don't feed the dog. There's like crap everywhere down there. No one's had the lead yet.
No. Pikeys!
This is the fourth. Oh no! Last week we didn't have lunch here. We had our lunch underground. Yeah, underground. That was exciting. So what have you got in your pink bag today?
Heavy.
Oh, you're living the dream, aren't you?
I am.
Knickknacks.
I'm beating him today, though.
That
Look,
paddywhack.
Adam's doing it the professional way. He's got himself a
Jet
full-on jet boil.
It's not the top model, because I'm only on pension.
It's like that Clarkson when he likes it. Some fire.
Boom! Look at that.
Get going, boys. And we're off.
And we're off.
Yeah.
I'm on the poverty verbus today. What are you doing?
I hate this pastry.
The reformed sausage from the inside of it.
No, I'm going to get to Bryn. I've got nothing.
Oh, look, someone's had some eggs here. The dog has found some tea bags to chew up. Yes, consumption.
Half the floor's been consumed with it.
Fuel for the dog. Look, I got some fishy sandwich.
Yes, I have as well.
Oh my God.
I've got fish and sandwich.
Loaded today.
Don't you dare pinch any more copper from here.
This is what I've got. I feel like I've I've come out in short.
Hey, James. Here we are. Yes. Tuna cucumber. Mine.
Oh, it's quite funny. We were doing. I was doing the. I do lighting and sound, so we were doing a school show the other day, and the kids were all sort of having their lunch between rehearsals, and this one little kid had his sandwiches like this, not with cling film on, without a cling film on, and I'm not kidding. He must have been. He was only a small kid, but he just went like this, just went the whole lot. Maybe absolutely. He's looking at us going, what are you laughing at? We just lost it. Hilarious. Did not care. What have you done?
My soup's cold.
You not got tea in there?
Nah. I've got minestrone soup, but it's a bit,
Minstrong.
I was going to heat it up on jet boil.
but it's a bit of a shit craft.
Right, I'm going to turn this off and eat my dry sandwiches.
Time for nourish.
Oh, Dad.
Too cuddy.
We got that.
Smeagol like.
Good. Cake's trying to kill me. Are you able to drink that now?
It is of the required temperature to come.
You'll just see a moment ago he was brewing that up, and we've just all finished our food, and I've had most of my tea, and he's not been able to drink any of it because it was so hot.
Tea in there, lad.
Actually looks all right, that doesn't it? That's a hell of a cup, that isn't it?
I'll tell you, cauldron.
For real, big boys.
Matt decided not to have tea. His flask was full of
Cold soup.
cold minestrone soup. mini strome. Minstrome.
Look like I come out of a cement mixer.
Right. I'm going to set up the drone, I think, and see if I can do another.
We come back with some WD.
I'll press the record button this time because I flew it all through here. It's all through there, and I come back through the rafters with it. I was quite chuffed with that. Brought it back in. This is when it was snowing outside, and it was just terrible. My hands were like icicles. And yes. What's this?
All right now. All right, that was best Welsh stout.
The dog's on the Hoover.
The last bloke was here. He was a bit legless as well. Look.
You can see the folks going underground been taking the highest quality batteries.
Look, a shoe for you to chew.
Consumed.
Ancient leather.
I think he's more interested in the bit of cake dust that fell down there.
Don't do that, little bug.
Don't throw things around, Matthew.
Do not throw the artifacts.
Dog is definitely on the scrounge. Anyway, back to why we came here, to do some proper filming. There's the old mills over there. This is just a little bit of extra video. We're just wandering over here and found this. Look at this. I found this. It's probably been here hundreds of years. I don't know. But it looks like another little water course. Some isolators there. Look, for some cabling. I love how the reeds and everything are down here. Really boggy though. And yeah, it goes back, but you can see. Let's get this light on high power. Doesn't want to. Yeah, you can see in there some old ties. Yeah. Bit of daylight at the end there. Yeah, there's a bit of daylight down the end. That's quite interesting though, isn't it? Another tunnel that goes off. So let's come to the bottom of this incline and have a look. We've never really looked at any of this up here. We've been around all the sheds and everything. Let's have a look at the base of this old incline. Very much on the hit list of places to go up and have an explore. Not today though. There's that incline. There's some photographs of this and they've got wooden panels going up with the rails mounted on top, like quite industrial looking. And this is the bit which is all filled up with rubbish. It's such a shame because there's some lovely pictures of this. It was really nice. And it's all gone. All been filled in by the quarry people, I imagine. Bridge has seen better days. Let's go back up and have a quick wander at this building. Telegraph pole. Fucking absolutely stunning weather, isn't it? Flipping heck. What's going on? All pipes everywhere. This whole building here, probably some sort of locomotive shed or something, I don't know. Let's have a look. Just an old building by the looks of it. Could have been. It's on the railway line, isn't it? So it might have been somewhere for the locomotives to stay. You don't know. Because this goes round there. Yeah. Metalwork down there, look. And there's a tunnel down there that's collapsed. Remains of an old skip wagon, look. But yeah, there's some photos of this, and this is all just being completely filled in. It goes down another 2 meters probably. And there's like a special water course that went here. The water went in. That's all gone. And then the track from this quarry went up, then back down and went on this side, I think, on down there, and weaved its way around there to the incline. It didn't come along here. I don't know what this was, another tramway for something else. But that little tunnel does go through, you can walk through it. That's pretty cool. God, it's boiling. Skip wagon there, look. Rubbish. Has it still got the wheels on it? It's sitting quite high, isn't it? Still got the wheels on it? Let's have a look. No, unfortunately it hasn't. No one's robbed the wheels off it. I'm going to walk down here on this old trap bed, see what's about. But he said don't go through the tunnel, it's sketch. So we won't go through the tunnel. What we might do, I've got my helmet with me so we'll be safe. We'll have a look. Just yet another one of the many random little railway lines and places on this place. It's just miles and miles of tracks. I mean, there's no tracks here now, but there was. I bet the tracks are still down there for the old Incline railway. On the other side they're still there. We filmed all that, you've probably seen that in the video. I bet the tracks are still under this, to be honest with you, because on the other side they are. Well, I guess they've taken them up this side, unless we have a quick dive under here, see if we can see them. Is there anything under there? No. Just have a quick look here, see if there's anything. Sort of looks like a rail. No. Unfortunately not. Let's have a look here, some oh, look at that. That's some sketchy looking roofing here, people. Yes. I won't go too close, but I'd like to have a look at this. Some of the old roofing, holding the roof up, look. Yeah, that's not good. But you can still see the tracks there, look. Tracks are still in there. It's still present. So, yeah. But look at the size of these beams, look at the walls. They've stacked the walls. Pretty cool that is. On the other side, we'll have a quick look at the other side. But yeah, this is not very nice looking. Let's get away from here. A few more winters and that's coming in, isn't it? Right, we'll see you on the other side. This is all caved in, but the tram tracks are still underneath this. And there's one there. You can just see it, top of it there. And then the other one, I can feel it under my foot there. So I'm standing on the tram tracks, they're still there.
The upper end, this is where the wall here used to bow out. Match the central pillar here, and there used to be foot of the incline there. And there was a bridge across, went round and backed up into Quarry where the tramway came back. Obviously went for the foreground of the buildings. Here used to be a locomotive shed for Ruston. Power sheds, and there used to be double track into there. That was a Slate stacking yard. Another loco shed over there, and the old offices which became the canteen. And then, yeah, so sad to see this like this. You just see the regard for the old with the new. Is its wall. This, by the way, was a lot deeper. So you've got the rails there, which about 1990, father, three, they just bulldozed us all over here. That rail's been there since then. No regard at all for the old rail systems. All they see it as a punch hazard, so they've got rid of the price of tyres. I don't blame them, but it's such a shame that things have to be dealt with like that. So this once very proud and mighty bridge, you see this in early photos. This is the one that was put in for the steam engine, Sanford and Skinner to run over to take waste around, as just mentioned. Then you shed into the tips of the tunnel above the business part where all the money went out of here, all the slabs and all the slate. So I'm going to walk over that now. You can shout at me, do what you want. I've been over it many times. Obviously every year it gets worse and worse. It's like a bit of a homage for me to do this, just to go over the bridge. Obviously if you do want to do this and copy me, make sure you walk where the steam engine will literally have its wheels, where it gets a second pillar, and then of course this is where it gets exciting. This hand is not weathered well at all. So whether the original beams, I don't know, but you can see it's got an uplift in that one. So I'm going to go over this one now as well. And it's pretty crumbly. Most people only go to that one. Me being me, we're going to go right over the beam. You see that? It's not as best as it. So yeah, there was double tracks under here. There used to be a bridge there, over there, and then obviously the track went into two tracks, and obviously went up the incline here, up onto the horizon. So you can have a look up there now. Okay, there's the top of the number 3 incline. Beautiful dry stone walls. This is the upper leat just here. There's been a breach here, fat finger, for a while. But if you look, that goes above. You can see roughly where it goes. There's a distinctive line here, and below that you've got this upper leat here. Now this leat here was put in to take away excess water that wasn't being used for power generation on the higher leat, Limboid reservoir. Now here you see obviously it's been blasted in to divert it down there, which runs down, obviously down towards where the foot of the incline is. It's obviously still acting as a channel today. So if I zoom out, give you an idea where we are. It's funny for some reason. Bring it back round here into the sun again. Gonna have a look over there. Don't know what's going on with the camera, it's a bit fuzzy. I quite like these cantilever steps. So obviously they plan to come off the incline down here along the top of the leat here. So have a look at this. This is where the water went for power generation. Look at that. How cool is that? There's the steps. So that's the original incline cable, the rusty one. Now this has not had water in for a while. So I think I'm wrong in my statement. This is just power generation. I think it's just means of shifting the water. Now this is quite a significant hole. Yeah, there's your level there. Look at that. I've got photos of this. It's been taken about 15 years ago. They were working 2.5. And I was looking at this, and look how much is took out there. Camera's not going to do justice, guys. This is a big hole. I mean, I could put a couple of houses in there. So this has obviously got worse from this winter's, or before, I'm not sure, but it looks like it's had a damn good time. It just scoured a groove out down there. Whether that's been put in before, I don't know. Whether the quarryman did that. It's quite interesting how there's actually a cut. So I'm going to have a look over there, because it looks like that's an old sluice, so I'll see you there. Just before I go down there, have a look at this. That's the incline. You can actually go underneath that. That's cool. But down in the foreground here, rock there. Well, this is interesting. This is how the whole of the leak was down beside the mill. That slate is all packed in there on end. You can see it on the inclines too, that's how I do it. But if it comes to the edge here, with me, quite a drop. That's about a 15-foot drop. Look how that's been built. So I'm going to go down there and have a look at that for you. So it's been compacted in, look, all the way along here, on end. There's the wall behind me here, look. It's quite loose, this. It really has had a good go. It's probably also unstable, this. That's where the watercourse used to be up there. That's the bottom of it. Look at that. Random pipe. So I'll look at the sluice over here, eh? They've actually tied the pipe on something here. Not sure what, because it's completely been lost to time, but this stuff was quite solid. So whether they've used clay to compact this, to build this, I'm not sure. But that is some destruction. This is a big void on the pipe. There's no sign of Mark yet, but I might have missed him. So I'm going to have a look at that and we'll get down. Interesting. There's a very early Turner Brothers Newtown roller. The start of that. How cool is that? Look at the cable marks in there. That's a bit of a bad boy, isn't it? Love that pattern. 4 spokes, you don't see much of these days. Mine's the end of an old electric motor. That's smart, isn't it? Obviously discarded. Or used as some weight, but in there is a valve, and there's one actually exposed up here. Look at this, a cast iron sluice valve with the runners on it. So if you look here, there's the runners. This is the rod to operate it, backwards and forwards. There's the top hole for spill hole, and then you've got the lower, the gate. That bit there is actually the bottom, so I'm going to go around the side and show you that. So much stuff gets ruined around here though. So there, that's just looking, that's the bottom, that'll be ground. That's the water going through there. See, yeah, that's cool. So it looks like it was two, looks like it was a double-ended valve box. And these bars, this would have been a completely timbered out. See how it's all been sealed. Don't know if that's lead or the wood has let to swell up to seal itself. But this is quite something. It's all been bolted together to make it watertight. So my guess is this is a holding tank. That looks like it's the bottom of this sluice would sit here to stop any stones eroding underneath it. The water scarring when it's coming out. Quite amazing. Yeah, it's just some like cloth material here. Look, could be asbestos, could be local flannel. Not sure, but that, whatever it is, must work very well as a sealant. So that's quite smart. So that would have been probably, I don't know, was she mounted here? There's some bars here up top, a bit of iron work. Was this overflow to go down there? Was this there? Or, but there you are, there's back at the incline, and there's a view of the winding house. I'll zoom in for you because she's quite something else. Good area for photographs, this is up here. You could do some lovely stills here. And you got in the foreground this beautiful slate fencing going off over to an old farmstead, which you might just see over there just below that pinnacle. Are we there yet? There she is there, there's a farmstead. That finger just there. Anyway, I'll have a wander over here, zoom out. How unprofessional. I'm going to take you up here just to show you what, if any, it looks like it used to, but I doubt it. Oh yeah, there's a section over there. So I'll just turn you off and I'll go make way there then. Unfortunately, I've lost the sun. The wind's here now, but you can see this is a perfect example of a slate water leak. You see the slightly buttress edge here. That would have gone all around to the reservoirs. Perfect day for it, but I don't know they're too far, so I've got my friend coming. But you can look down here where they've obviously blasted this and shut the slate down. There's the lower one. There, front finger. Of course, both of them end in the same spot now, so they're no longer sending any water distance there to the power generation. I'll zoom into if you look there. See, I never shot down the old Maenofferen mills and the back vein incline there. It's tarpaulin looking worse every time we come up here. Right folks, one last little segment. We're going to do a few more before we go. This one's another bit about Maenofferen. So we've just come up here. The workshops are just around there, and we just come up here to quite an interesting little. This is literally just around the corner of the road. Comes up from the big sheds. That's pretty cool. There's a big old bronze valve there. So this is really interesting. So apparently a mining machine, a trialing mining machine was used to do this, called the Cook's mine. Yeah. So this was an experimental tunnel, but I think it is actually a proper tunnel. You can see here the machine, these round bores. This is really quite interesting. So it's the Cook's tunnel. Let's see if we can light it up a bit. Have a quick look. We're here, we may as well have a look. Wow, look at this. How strange is that to see in the slate? Oh, we're not going to get very far in there today. I don't think it goes particularly far anyway. It's but you can see how smooth the edges are. Wow, look at that. It just finishes there. Very cool. Look at that. Way to cut it. Something here. Don't know what that is. Is that like the original? Is that a piece of the machine? You see this in here, Chung? There's a big metal machine bits in here. Like a frame or something. Careful, Matt. It's worth a look. I don't know whether it's a sledge or a wagon.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Remnants of a fish.
Have a look down there. Quite interesting. Oh, your dog's getting absolutely covered in crap. Look at that.
Them dogs. As far as it goes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So they just did three headings and then just stopped.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I think you can get in that, you know. Yeah, not with my shoes.
You want to take a photograph of that? He's going for it. The dog's not feeling confident though, Chunk.
It's worse the further in you get.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a class.
Is it?
Yeah, it's just. So the machine stopped here.
Yeah.
And it kept going.
Did it?
It's all collapsed.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Hello, boy! You see any advancements every 18 to 20 inches, look. Oh, machine!
Pretty cool, eh? All done by a machine. So when was this done then? What sort of year was this?
18, bloody 16, 17 down there.
Really?
It looks like fucking 60s. You see the advancements here? No, it's really old, man. See the cutting edge, can't you?
What was it done with? Just like a big disc?
It's in that book called Slate.
Right.
Yeah, there's a drawing of it in there.
All right.
How it worked. Pretty basic.
Wow.
Fucking bastard dogs in here.
You can see it's the cut marks in it.
Oh, it's cool in there, dude. Oh, I've seen.
Yeah, well,
Covered in shite.
try not to get my feet completely covered in
It does
shite.
look like a really old slate wagon, James. It's got
Just
a metal top on it.
overexposed. Do you want a shot down there?
Was it a rubbish wagon?
Photo of that, man. How cool is that? Now that was really interesting, that.
This is
I'm glad I brought the big torch with me today because I wouldn't have seen jack shite in there. So this was just an experimental machine then?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can reference that. So it must have been a big, like an arbor kind of saw head, looking at the way that's been cut there. You can see the way it's being cut. Like a big arbor saw where it's kind of come in and cut all these ridges on it. Kind of slowly come in. Then obviously somebody must get inside and chip it away or something. Because you can see there, that gap all the way around the edge. So it must be one hell of a big arbor. Like the sort of bit you get to drill like a hole in the wall for like a flue pipe for a ventilation fan in your kitchen or something through your wall, but on a much larger scale. That giant fan. Oh, that's really interesting to see. I didn't think I'd see anything like that today. Let's have another view of it here. You can just see that there. There we are. That's proper cool, that is. Yeah. Very cool. Right, folks. We've just come from down that little bit of a road there where we've just seen the hole from that Cook's drilling machine. And we were not expecting to see this. I don't know whether I'm going to put it in on the video, but just before in the video, well, it's like an old a big industrial boring machine on caterpillars, which has got a drill bit on it, so it drills a hole into a rock face so they can blast it out. That's up there, just up there. You can just see it, the top of it sticking out. So we walk around that way. So, and the mill site's back that way, and we're just coming up this road just to see what's here, and we're not expecting to see this. Adam's already, and the dog already up inside that cavern. Wow! Is that collapsed cavern we saw from the top?
No, it's a different one.
Yeah. I can't really zoom in on this, I'm afraid, people. It's not really designed for zooming in, this little pocket cam. But we'll...
What?
Well, I don't know if I've got the confidence to go all the way up there, to be honest. You may as well film a bit that way. You got the GoPro up there. I'm not going up there. You're on your own. What? Has it? I've got a spare one. You'd have to come down and get it. There's a hell of a draft. Is that coming out this adit? Look at this here. Oh, we'll go and have a look at that. I can have a look at that. I'm glad we didn't come up here when we had all that frost. Well, look at that. Oh, there's a big collapse in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's collapsed, that has.
Oh, yeah.
It's collapsed, that in there.
Yeah, it comes in here and runs across over there.
This one?
Yeah, you can see it.
All right. Well, it's collapsed down here.
Yeah, I'm surprised at it.
Wow. You reckon this is fairly recent or just old workings? Wow. Pretty impressive, that is, isn't it?
They've worked the hell out of it to make it unsafe and left it.
Yeah.
You're inside another chamber there.
Wow.
The supporting walls behind you, the remains of it there.
There.
wonder if they had that machine up there in here, because there's some, you can see all the blasting holes, the old, when they blasted. Pardon? People have been going in there? Wow.
Well, you can see some drill holes, can't you?
That's what I mean. I wonder whether it's that big machine that they had up there, or... Nah, they're going to be quite old, them, aren't they? They're quite small, aren't they?
Well, it looks like there's one there, but it's all collapsed.
Wow. Wow.
Watch out for the religious cults in there.
I can see all the big old drill marks up there in the slate. Whether it was that big machine we saw up there, who knows? It could have been that big machine.
Might be.
It's they're much bigger drill holes, those are, on that look. Much bigger. Interesting, all the water coming out of it. Anything down here? Is it just a ledge, or is this originally part of a cavern? Well, I think we were. Look at that. Another adit going off down there. It is an adit. Yeah. Wow. There's some tracks in it. Yeah.
There's rails in it, yep.
Yeah, there's rail in there.
Oh, goody. You could go in it. That must be no, yeah, say they go for the bottom of the tunnel and then they work back.
Yeah.
So then they can take the floor out.
These
That's
are really,
the slate vein, look.
really old workings they are, aren't they?
Oh yeah, these are new drawers here, Matt. See them, the big fuckers.
I can see daylight down there.
Oh, hey,
See daylight.
can you?
Yeah. See?
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, no.
Is it just light coming in from over there?
Might be.
Yeah, the camera's picking it up. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's tracking there. Don't get too close because it's actually peeing it down. All the water coming off the slate there, look, it all dripping down. There's a lot of water coming out of that, isn't it? Right. We shall continue onwards and outwards.
See the modern drills there, look, can't you?
I was just thinking that big machine that was up there.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether this is the last thing it was doing.
Yeah, this
Because
is,
does that any good, this slate, or is it all?
that's the old roof there.
Yeah.
As you can see, runs down. There's obviously a few chambers in and just look, that's how big blocks just dropped off there.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
they took the roof off, so that's why it's all.
Yeah.
This is all the top of Maenofferen, this. This is
Yeah.
right above. So you could have come up into here probably 15 years ago, or they untopped it.
Of course, yeah,
But that's all this pillar
because
slate.
the incline's down that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's probably all underneath all this, isn't it?
And it's not been viable to take this out because of how
probably
much
not.
overburden on it. I mean, that's all shit up there. This is a proper slate they're after here, the back vein slate. Do you think the incline comes down over there, James?
Yeah.
So that iron coat's probably under where we are this way.
Yeah.
That's where the
X-ray,
big roof is coming out of the chamber.
All this.
Yeah, down there, look. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one.
Right.
This is a quite little quarry, this is only small. You look at the picture online, you won't have a fucking clue what it is now. But the old pit was just here and this has all been untopped. I remember they had rail,
Look at that. Oh,
couldn't have it here.
a trolley or something over there. Look.
No, there's a old trolley like one you've seen on the ground, James.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
One
a
of them,
yeah.
pneumatic fairing things.
Old truck. Look.
Like a trailer or something.
Yeah.
I think that was underground when they dropped the roof.
Wow.
Because they had, I remember in the 90s, there was a tunnel here that went into this lot. And they're inside with some machinery underground, James. So they shut the incline down, but then they had a
Well,
track into the mine.
I think you probably got the idea of where all the stuff here has come from.
Yeah, this fucking.
It's come from in here. So they've excavated it all and dumped it all down there out of the way.
Yeah, wash your feet, you dirty bastard.
Right. Dirty dog. Right, let's wander back down.
Maybe you should go back any further than here. You know, it's fucking thousands of gallons of diesel, isn't it?
Like I say, it's probably not worth a mile now, isn't it? With the cost of fuel and
stuff, isn't it? I've even been up there prospecting, it's not been worth it. Not to sell the company, obviously, people just want to bounce on the ground. Brings it all to reality to you. I quote the line Fred didn't say, the young generation won't even know what these men did.
Well, probably true.
He said that 25 years ago.
oh. Right, cut back in a minute. Right, we're now walking along one of the tramways at the bottom of well, we're just coming to Slickhead Quarries this way, and just for reference again, Maenofferen is that way. We've just come from all the way up there where Maenofferen Quarry is. The new open cast stuff's here, and Blind Eye is over that way. We can see this old tramway from the top, so we thought it'd be pretty cool just to have a quick look at it before we go for today. We need to go. Matt's absolutely buggered, aren't you?
Yeah, it's come falling down.
Yeah.
I've never seen marks like that in a Slate. Look at it. It's like a bloody saw's broken or something. Or they tried playing it or something. It's really weird patterning, that.
Yeah. Or it was jumping as they were pushing it through the saw.
Half this stuff's been shot through too fast. Look at that. Gouges in it, and these here are more refined.
Yeah.
The amount of blades they must have gone through doing this, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? Practically every piece of slate around this entire place has had that done to it.
A few 100 years old plus.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Tip tramway.
tip tramway. Well, no, this is one of the tramways that went down into the town, isn't
This
it?
is the main one for all the top quarries. Look, I can't pronounce the bloody name through. Rhewbach?
Rhewbach.
Yeah, it's obviously a way office.
Way office again.
Or something. Been turned into a loco shed looking at it. If I put a ruster in here or something.
Little train shed maybe.
Crikey, it's all fell down.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably a little train shed, like he said.
Looks like coal warfare.
Yeah, could have been, yeah. It's a bit watery down there. It makes sense, doesn't it? Because you've got a little rail line here. And it's just these sort of like, looks like it, has he still got the tracks in it? Is still in there, do you think? Nah, surely not.
Every single piece of machinery would have come up this railway.
In the beginning?
Nothing, and up the mountain. Every single piece of supply the lot. There's no roads or cranes then.
Oh. All
This
up
would have
this.
been here before this tip arrived, because I think the Rhewbach Quarry opened up before this one. And they found the Slate here. So this tramway was, it's its own railway, its own right. They did use locos, right, but I've never seen a photograph of anything operating on this.
I'm guessing the road,
Two and above and
the road shut it down, dog, quite early on. Well, I mean, yeah, it's...
indentations in the wash, you know.
I was thinking that. I mean, it's all down there. I can see two sort of lumps going along. I thought the other track's still under it,
When
but
Dad came here in the 60s, this track was still on here. When
yeah,
he came back with his camera, he lifted it.
scrapped it, innit?
But yeah, these sleepers are every 2 feet, well, say 3 feet centres.
Yeah. Oh, thorns. Ugh. Ugh. It's probably why your dog didn't go any further than there.
Looking at this, it's every bit the loading gauge of the FR, isn't it?
Oh, turned into a swamp.
Yeah, just stuck on the edge of the water, so the water's been finding its own way up the mountain. Obviously none of the gullies are checked or repaired anymore.
Oh. A bit treacherous, folks.
Been out of there, you. Good boy.
Whose idea was this to come along here? Yeah, I know.
Michelin tyre.
An old Michelin tyre.
Dates on it, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Probably got dates on them.
Well, it's got no tread. It's probably why they chucked it down here.
There isn't a date on it.
Michelin X truck tyre.
Made in United Kingdom. I see that tyre no more, do you?
Yeah. Big old truck tyre.
Don't really know what it is.
No tread on it anyway.
Yeah, the E2.
Yeah, this goes round and falls up with a incline. Oh, it's like a bog. Oh god, this is weird. Pocket's doing some weird stuff then. Wow, so we are trying to follow the tramway, which it's proving difficult here. Here it goes that way, so if we can get across here without falling in. Brilliant. Dogs. Yes, this way. Well, I thought this would be interesting. I hope it doesn't go too far. Dog's gone. Well, we're back on the old track, the old tramway here. That's Matt. Adam's gone up there. We shall continue. The dog's had a hell of a day today. Dog. So this is another trek to an incline. It's dropped down into Blind Eye. You can see the incline lots from town. You just can't get to it. It's just a lot of it's just overgrown. It'd be really cool if I can just get to the top of it, get a shot of that, maybe a bit of video like we're doing now. Hopefully it's not going to be too impassable up here, but it looks like it could be a bit boggy. I'm not wearing my wellies today. Oh, it's getting a bit squelchy. Oh, that's not good. I think we might be failed. I think I might have failed. That's a shame. It's just too squelchy. Well, yeah. Yeah, it's a bit boggy. We'll see how far I can get. It might not be that bad, but see, if I'd gone the same way as Adam, I'd be all right. He's gone round. And it's not so bad. There's obviously another way round here, and he's gone that way. Get on this brush, it's not so bad actually. The middle is really, really damp. Oh, well, we got through it. Whose bright idea was this, man? Oh, God. Let's get out of that. It's official. We have moisture ingress in my shoes. Oh, boots even. Never mind. Still, it's worth it. Oh, this might be it. Is this it? Could be it. Might not be it. The old tramway is on the right. So rejoin it now. Oh, there we go. So that's it. We've come to the top. I know. Oh, here we go, people. This is the Rhewbach #1 incline. Let's get a shot of that. And there we go. You can see down there, folks, where it went down there into town. Oh yeah, some old
There's the winding cable.
the winding cable's just dumped. Quite look at the size of it. That's a hell of a cable, that, isn't it?
It's rusted gems.
But I tell you what, that is quite a big incline, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't half go down.
It's on the top 10 ones, and
Wow,
you're lucky you look down the wall, it's bang on in line all the way.
wow.
Straight into the police station, look, where the
Yeah.
white van is.
Yeah,
Straight into
Come
the
here, dog.
cop.
Dog wants to be down the
like a
incline.
pole. What's that? Like a post right by your foot there, Chuck? Look.
Or an actual bar or something.
You know.
Your brake stop running loose.
So
The steam engines that are brought up here, all the Rostons, everything came out as Incline when they were new.
this was the main
The
haulage.
mouse control, all the machinery, everything came up here.
Yeah, so this was the main incline for the whole of this. Basically, most of this here, isn't it?
That was a brakeman first.
Well, I mean, we had the other incline, which you'll see earlier on in the video, which is over there. But that was a Votti and Bowed incline, which you can just see in the distance goes up there,
The brakeman would have been Matt.
which is in line with everything. I did a shot across that way.
Yeah, yeah. That's where the brakeman would have been going here. All the big slate lockers dropped off.
Wow.
But yeah, you're a full control here.
It's copper fuse again.
So it's the same hand as the #2 incline. The brake handle high up,
Yeah.
drum set back in the rock.
Wow. It is, isn't it? Right in
We
there.
got it out.
Well, just let it fall out.
Lovely cut stones, just all bunch of shit.
Oh, what's that? Someone's bum bag there.
Oh,
Have a look in that. See what's in it. Cash. I can see here these big old bolts.
definitely look.
Size of that. Screw in. So this is where one of the two drums used to be, or one big drum.
There's just slates off the roof up here.
See all the marks where the oil was. That side.
Big nuts them, aren't they?
Yeah. Ooh, bloody hell.
Wash drop down there. That's what you have, like holes cut out and no stones
Yeah.
to adjust them. So I think, yeah, there's timbers on it.
Oh.
Put slates on it also.
It's a long ass way to bring your slate down, isn't it?
Interesting. You see them lock tankers in there.
Oh, let me just get off here. Bloody hell.
Oh, shit. Yeah, something to do with that company.
Some sort of
That might
electrical things in there, look.
have been power pole here or something. There may even been a power pole here, I'm not sure.
There's some isolators there, look.
Because there's loads of remains down the incline side and all the way over that tip.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing it was the quarry's property, wasn't it? But I mean, to do all this, they had to excavate all this out of there and wow, build this. It's just a crazy bit of engineering, isn't it? Look at that.
You don't think Matt's up for going down there, do you?
No,
We'll go back. I don't know if you can get off it anymore.
no. Right.
You probably could have run a wild card down this. The angle of it's not as steep as the other.
Yeah. Right, with that, we're going to go back, Matthew. Straight back, we're going to go back again. You can hear the clouds coming in.
Oh, he's missed up there now, look.
Yeah.
Straight down.
The best bet's go across the tips. It's a lot nicer to walk on that.
So we were all the way up there earlier on,
Correct.
right on top of that bit right up there.
Yeah.
So we've done a fair few steps today.
Yeah. Load the phone up.
Blown the phone up.
75,000 steps a day.
We're going that way.
No, you can go up there. I'm just going to look at the view.
Let's go this way. Right. With that,